Wow, have you seen this? This thing's amazing. How much weight am I? I'm like 13 stone. I'm barely moving these shocks. Some mega weight, that. How does that work? Ooh. Yee.
No, hold your tongue, hold my sword, do not speak.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and my truck build series. Since the last part, I've been doing quite a few jobs here. The back of the truck now has its two 6-volt SLA batteries in. Let me just move this out of the way. There we go. You can see in the back there, let me just see if I can point. There you go. There is a 6-volt battery that is, I've painted chainmail, just chainmail I think is what it's called. It's off the Citadel paint series that I use for Warhammer, and I painted that chainmail paint colour, just says chainmail on it. And then I put some cable tags, two cable tags looped in, going through each other, put it around the battery at the top and around the battery at the bottom, and the one at the bottom there, you can see, if I just bring that forward, hang on, that you can just about see in there that the bottom cable tie is going around a pole, and the pole is connected to the chassis at the bottom, the steel frame at the bottom. So with the cable tie going around the pole there, and it being glued in place at the bottom underneath the battery and at the top, then what you find is that it shouldn't wiggle up and down because the glue at the top and the bottom is should keep it solid, and also at the same time it shouldn't be jangling, you know, around and messing with the axle behind, in between, sandwiched between the two batteries in there. It won't be messing around with that thing because I don't want it clogging up. The mesh on the outside, for example, is to stop sticks and, you know, high build-ups of snow and mud and debris generally getting in there and getting into the axles. I've done a pretty decent job with the axles and the grease work on them, but you know, why take the extra risk? Let's make it solid before it goes out and I start playing with it. But because of that, now all the lighting's on, which is good. You can't really tell much in the day because I've, you know, lit it as well as I can for this video. But there's, you know, a nice light under there which helps me out looking at the engine and sorting the engine out. And then there is just a light underneath there which, you know, allows me to see if there's anything clogging up the rear axle. I've done some work on the helipad. I've just started to paint that. You can see there's an LED dot missing in the H there. It's impossible, it seems, to paint a circle, which sucks. That took me for ages and I still need to clean the thing up. What I am pretty proud of, however, is the rear door section I've been working on. And this rear door here I thought was pretty cool. It took me forever to fucking cut out of steel and stuff. Just move that out of the way. Basically, I've hinged a little plate from the door using really small micro hinges, and I've put a piece of wood behind the door. Let me just see if I can open it up. I've not put it in place yet. I'm not glued it in place. Aha, I was going to ruin my paperwork, isn't it? There we go. So the door opens. Aha. And behind it, to keep these pins in place through the hinges, the micro hinges, I mean, them hinges are so small. It's like a hinge is less than the width of half my finger, you know. But to keep them in place, to keep the little tacks in place, I've had to put wood on the other side. And I was going to do hinges along the top so this entire thing could lift up and drop back down so I could get my hands in there if I need to change anything. But for adding structural strength to the thing, to add structural strength to it, I'll just add, I think I'll glue it solid in place, to be honest. I was pretty impressed. Let me just sort this bloody tripod out. Yeah, there we go. I was pretty impressed with this grill work. Basically, this entire sheet of metal here is, this piece is from the side of a PSU fan, you know, from a PC. So this would have been the grill where the fan would have allowed the air in and out of the PSU. And I like the grill work because the idea is, I'm going to put some, you know, some transparent plastic behind here so it looks like a kind of window type thing. But the idea is if these fuel tanks ever did blow up, Leonard Nimoy in there, and, you know, the lady from D.I.Y, I think it was, who's driving the thing, might have higher survival chances because of the grill work. And, yeah, I liked that. That door was fucking, excuse me, that door was unreal. Yeah, man, so many cuts. So, yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. I was quite happy with that job I did. And now I'm kind of getting that cabin in place, I can start working it in there. Turn that one on. And turn that one on. Ooh, sounds. See if I can have a go. So down there a little. The 6-volt SLAs at the back are running all the lights. The power bank there that's going up there is running the camera at the front. Then we've got two 3, 4-volt cells, lithium-ion cells at the top, and one hidden in the cabin underneath, running the twitchy servos at the front and the receiver. And then, let's have a look. For the controller, I've jacked the controller and hooked it up to a 6-volt, a 12-volt SLA, like in my field mod, you know, controller mod. You could check that out in my other videos, but I've done the same because basically I don't need to use that big 12-volt in the field. I can swap it for, you know, the power bank version I've built for it, so I can just leave a power bank in my pocket and it'll run this thing at 12 volts. But for just in the house, for leaving this thing on, the 12-volt battery is great for it. So, you can now see, aha, turning action. Now, I think the original XT2 came with about 4 or 5-volt battery in it to run the front servos. You know, to give it some strength to kind of, if the wheels are a bit locked up, it can push, say, stones or whatever out of the way. I think it was about 7-volt max. So I've pushed it up to about 11 volts at the moment, and I've put some lithium ions in there. I've no idea of how long they're going to last in general. That's not bad. It feels like it. You can hear that it's got a bit of torque on the thing, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with that. The only thing I do have to really remember about this setup is that when I plug the USB ins into these bottom ports here, if I've not turned this one off and I've not turned that one off, it fries this bloody PCB board. So I can now charge all 3 of these, no problem, just plug them all in till they come on, they charge with the red lights and go to blue after the cells are full, and that's all grand. But if you let that 4th circuit bridge your 3 plugs there, it will fry one of your PCB boards. Not much you can do about it. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed now because I got a bit of work done on the cosmetics of the helipad. I've done some significant wiring to all the lighting of the rig itself. I've now powered up the servos with the wiring from the cells on top of the cabin, and they're running quite nice. Don't know how much distance till I get it out on the field. And then next job is to just finish off the cabin. It's the bloody little intricate bits, which is like, I was thinking of maybe putting a wood burning stove in there, you know, a little model version, super small, or something like that, or maybe a little pallet bed, but I don't want to glue it all in place and bolt it all in place until I've really sorted that cabin out. So I'll keep it in the next week or two. I'm gonna find little bits for the cabin, and then once they're sorted, I can then literally just start this thing up, glue the cabin in place, bolt it up in place, and that is ready to go. The only thing I'm interested on is I've not tried this Nitro engine, and how nasty would it be if it was broke or damaged or buggered, and I'd have to strip the entire thing down. Fridge for another day, and today I'm just gonna finish off putting the plastic on that little grill slot at the back of the cabin there, and then checking out all the dimensions and seeing if it's going to flow well. The intake is going to be strapped to the cabin itself once it's bolted in place, so that's not going anywhere. And with a bit of luck, once this thing starts rolling over and, you know, tripping it over itself, then it won't flood the engine or just fall to bits, whatever. God knows if this could do a jump. I'm going to try it out on a field, hammer it across a field, see if it wobbles itself to bits, hammer it up a few hills and through bogs and the rest of it, and then after that I'll start doing some jumps, which I'll at least make some good videos, presuming it runs and doesn't blow up, which is always a minor factor. But still, I thought it was coming along, and I hope you're enjoying the series, and you know, maybe the odd bit I've been working on, you know, might aid you in your own projects, whatever. For such a cheap project, it's been great fun, and I hope you keep in touch, say hello, leave comments and stuff, and keep an eye out for my next installation of this thing. I can't wait, honestly, to start the engine up on it. I don't know, give it another few weeks, a month, and then I'll get it going, you know, can watch them videos. So I hope everyone's enjoying, and I'll see you later. Thanks, guys.